Spruce Whale, upcoming future aircraft. Amid a wonder-filled future in the aircraft industry sits the Spruce Whale aircraft, an airmobile of the likes never before seen. Since the dawn of the industry, notably marked by the rise of the Wright Brothers, every century milestone have witnessed fierce fires of invention. From the first flying instrument of 1903 to the 1952 first British commercial jet service Comet 1A, and down to the modern day autopilot planes. At this rate, it's obvious we are not at the peak yet. Join us in this video as we catch a glimmer of the marvelous tomorrow's Spruce Whale aircraft. You can pause for a moment and hit the thumbs up, the subscribe button, and the notification bell to get more interesting content from this channel. Let's get started. Besides the growth of technology, there has also been a corresponding growth in the number of air transport used, and the figures are staggering. According to ICAO, the International Civil Aviation Organization, the total number of passengers carried on scheduled service in 2019 was 4.5 billion, a marked increase from the previous years. And this translated to 42 million flights worldwide. Doubtless, the coming years are expected to bring up many more people to air travel, and future aircraft must be ready for this. But with the Spruce Whale concept, there is no doubt that it has more than met these needs. Also known as WB-1010, the WB being initial for Wright Brothers, the aircraft is a brainchild of an Indonesian engineer, Randy Alandra. Let's take a look at some of its amazing features. Largest ever passenger capacity. The personality of WB lies in its rare ability to carry way more passengers. The huge dome-shaped body is expected to carry a record 1,500 passengers in one go. A medium passenger jet carries up to 100 people, and a two-engine Boeing 747 carries up to 400 people. You would quickly notice that one flight of Spruce Whale will cancel about 15 medium jets and about 4 Boeing jet flights to a particular destination. Moreover, the body of the plane will be inflated with helium gas, in a similar principle as used in hot air balloons. Helium is a very light gas, and therefore, having it fill most spaces in the massive dome within the plane will back up the wings in boosting its floating ability. The vertical landing. Another super fantastic design is the ability to take off and land vertically. The underbelly of the Spruce Whale will house a superjet engine. While allowing the aircraft to land normally on a runway, the strong engine is the powerhouse behind the vertical takeoff and landing. With the rapid increase in human population, there will soon be no available space to stretch a 3-mile-long runway for landing and takeoff. Therefore, the future aircraft design must be one reducing the sector's sole dependence on airports and airstrips, so that any plane can at any time land just anywhere. Not only is the WB concept in the realm of future aircraft that has incorporated vertical takeoff and landing capabilities, there are also working models such as the workhorse SureFly. But the application of the idea on a large passenger plane, the WB will be the first. Besides the vertical landing and takeoff capabilities, the Spruce Whale superjet engine is capable of a top speed cruise of 1,000 km per hour. How about the materials used to make the WB? Not known as yet, or rather not decided, but it is speculated materials similar to fiber metal laminate or FML will be used. FML is composed of several very thin layers of metal, majorly aluminum, interspersed with layers of glass fiber, and has been bonded together with a matrix epoxy. The very same material was used in the making of the Airbus A318. Just like composite carbon fiber, this material has the properties of strength and lightweight blended together. Just what is needed to do away with the needless weight in such a giant machine. Generate clean energy from the wind. Have you taken a ride on a fast-moving motorcycle and experienced the power of the wind? But a motorcycle moves at a mere average of 60 km per hour on a comfortable ride. As to the wind power harnessed from 1,000 km per hour moving aircraft, you can only imagine. Right below the rear wing of the Spruce Whale will be an instrument specially designed to harvest wind power and convert it to electricity. Of course, many Go Green enthusiasts will criticize the Spruce Whale concept because of its huge jet engine that uses fossil fuel. But the idea of harnessing wind energy on the move may afterwards give birth to a totally clean energy concept. The engine will be replaced with powerful mortar, then solar, wind or chemical energy from hydrogen fuel cells to be used to power them, and there we have it. But it is easier said than done. Nevertheless, the design of the plane will limit excessive fuel consumption. Take an example, the Boeing 747. The plane has a gas tank capacity of 63,500 gallons, and to travel a single mile, the jet burns 5 gallons. Meaning, if it were to make a journey of 3,000 miles, it will need about 15,000 gallons of fuel. I mean, that's quite a lot already, but multiply with the total number of estimated daily trips they make, which is roughly 90,000 times. To be fair, let's assume that half of those trips didn't attain the 3,000 miles. The math brings us to a whopping 45,000 times 15,000 equals 675 million gallons of fuel burned every day by aeroplanes. Therefore, to cut off all these fumes choking up the skies daily, the idea of large passenger planes such as the Spruce Whale will suffice. It will reduce the number of flights by more than thrice per day. Other important features. Another amazing feature of the plane will be the windows. Made of smart glass, it will give the cockpit and the VIP class a good view of the stars in the sky above. Extending from the cockpit's windshield, the solid glass will stretch through the VIP section, then constrict to a strip on either side and extend to the back. The business class and the economy section are both at the rear, and both have a wider view, thanks to the arched contour platforms of the seats. They provide a better view and a sense of wide space. Unlike regular planes that need an external staircase to alight or board its passengers, Spruce Whale will have a hydraulic staircase on the side. Once the plane has come completely to a halt, the pilot will pop it out with just a switch. Of course, this will be after extracting the robot contractable stand and a couple of minutes just before the plane touches down. The contractable stand is not only useful in landing but also for positioning the plane rightly before a vertical takeoff. The wingspan is like nothing before witnessed in any plane, emerging from almost the underbelly. They extend way far outwards and backwards. Besides giving the plane an immense lift force, they also have rudders inside them to stabilize the plane during the flight, landing, or takeoff. The plane also has a giant compartment on the front underside for cargo. History of the Spruce Whale name. Inasmuch as it sounds fanciful, it is not utterly void of an actual real-life model. In fact, you'll be surprised that the name Spruce Whale was fetched from an earlier aircraft that looked to some degree similar to the WB-1010. It was the Hughes H-4 Hercules, famously known as the Spruce Goose. This plane was designed and built by the Hughes Aircraft Company with the intention of using it as a transatlantic flight transport during World War II. Conceived as a flying boat, the aircraft made only one brief flight on November 2, 1947, and the project was halted. Funnily, the plane was not made of any sophisticated composite material that adorned today's aircraft, but was built using wood. It's speculated that restrictions on the use of aluminum during wars as well as the concerns about weight contributed to the choice of wood for material. Critics afterwards nicknamed it Spruce Goose. Nevertheless, the aircraft made the records clear by being the largest flying boat ever built, with an amazingly longest wingspan than any aircraft ever took to air besides the scaled composite Stratolaunch that first flew on April 13, 2019. Today, well kept in the Evergreen Aviation and Space Museum in McMinnville, Oregon, United States, the Spruce Goose is now on display to the members of the public. While we wait for the concept of Spruce Whale to become an actual modern real-life aircraft, let's be alert. For more concepts of the upcoming future aircraft in this channel, there are a whole lots of them. Be sure to check our next video and subscribe to find out about the new aircraft. Thank you for watching.